how I passed the Jlpt N4, N3, and N2 through self-study, plus 5 study tips. Konnichiwa everyone, Mark here. Thank you for finding this video, I appreciate it. Anyway, today I'm here to talk about the Jlpt. Before we start, our question for today: what's your Japanese level right now? And how long have you been studying? So comment section below, and I would be very interested to know about your story. And please do me a favor of hitting that subscribe button, I appreciate it. What is the Jlpt? Well, the Japanese Language Proficiency Test. Basically, it's a proficiency test on Japanese language for non-native speakers. The Jlpt is actually administered twice a year, once in July, the other in December. If you want to go to Japan and work here, you have to first learn the language. Well, the most basic jobs would be to work for a factory as a skilled worker. For that type of jobs, you can just take Jlpt N5 or the most basic level. And, well, yeah, the easiest one. But if you want to work in a hospital or in a home care facility, you have to at least pass the Jlpt N4 or the level N4. Well, for those of you guys who are not familiar with the levels of the Jlpt, me and my friend, who is actually a N1 level, N1 passer, going to be discussing and explaining to you guys the mechanics of the Jlpt. What's its level, the scope per level, the scoring system per level, and some guidelines like type of questions, etc. How I passed the Jlpt N4, N3, and N2 through self-study. Well, let's break this down into 5 tips. Back then, I couldn't afford to go to a Japanese school or a university here in Japan. What I did was invest in my own books. And yes, that's tip number 1. Invest. Buy your own books. That would be a good start. And don't worry guys, for those of you who actually don't like studying like me before, I guarantee you guys, you will fall in love with the Japanese language. For those people who are actually in the Philippines right now, I would advise you guys to find an agency or an institution that offers free Japanese language education and 0 placement fee. An agency that would send you to Japan as an intern. That's actually the program where I came from. But for those people who can actually afford to go to a Japanese school, I would advise you guys to go and enroll. If you're from Davao City, I actually know a friend who runs his own Japanese school located in Maa, Davao City. You can freely go there anytime and inquire. Okay, tip number 2. Schedule your reading time. Guys, read your books. It depends on what works for you. For me, I'm actually a morning person, so I would typically wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then just do the work. That's it. No magic formula. For those people who are actually here in Japan, excuses please. It doesn't matter. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Because, you know, winter mornings here in Japan are actually, well, freaking freezing. So when you wake up and it's freezing, just find the strength to overcome it. And then just do the grind. Open your book, read each and every day. Tip number 3, build a good vocabulary. Especially for those guys who are planning to take the Jlpt N3 level, you've got to have a bunch of vocabulary with you, especially the kanji. One technique for this is to memorize from kanji or the Chinese character. This way, you're not just memorizing the kanji, but you're also increasing your vocabulary at the same time. Tip number 4, practice Jlpt format exam plus practice listening. Okay guys, Jlpt format examination samples are actually available in Google. You can download it anytime, and I would really recommend for you guys to practice. If you're planning to pass the Jlpt, you have to make yourself ready for the Jlpt. Books of course can help, but practicing the Jlpt before going there is another thing. I will leave some links below and please check it out later. You can download Jlpt format examination samples and some free Jlpt listening practices. It's actually available on the internet for free, so you can go check it out later. Last one, tip number 5. Technically not a tip, but a simple advice. Use the power of the internet to your advantage. Like what I said on tip number 4, there are so many resources that are free actually on Google, out there on YouTube. You can download them and then practice later. For example, the Jlpt format examination samples, you can go download them on Google, print them if ever you have a printer. That was actually what I did when I was still studying for the Jlpt. Then for the listening part, I would actually download them from YouTube, and then I would save them to my smartphone. And then each and every day when I commute by train going to my workplace, I would just sit, sometimes read, or sometimes do the Jlpt format examination sample practice. And then sometimes I also let myself in and then listen and listen and listen. Yeah, you have to practice listening, guys. You have to make yourself ready before the Jlpt examination day comes. So that's it. I hope that my 5 simple tips somehow helped. And before I leave you guys, I would like to share this 4 pondering questions that I learned from this man called Jim. He's actually a motivational speaker during his time. Anyway, the number 1 question. First question is why? Please ask yourself why. Why do you want to study Japanese? What a very nice question, right? Why? Why wake up in the morning and study? Why do you even study Japanese? Why become more valuable to your company? Or why become more valuable to the marketplace? The best answer to this question would be question number 2. Why not? Why not? Why not study Japanese? Why not wake up in the morning and do the grind? Wake up in the morning and do the work. Why not pass the Jlpt? Become more valuable to your company? Become more valuable to the marketplace? Why not? The third question would be, why not you? With good self-esteem? Why not you? If others can do it, you can do it. If I did it, well, you can absolutely do it. So why not you? And the last question would be, why not now? Especially for all the interns out there, why not now? When your work contract here in Japan expires? When you're already back to your home country? I don't think so. So why not now? And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. If you have found value to this video, please hit that subscribe button right there. I appreciate it. Till next time, then please share your story. Just comment section below. Bye-bye.